Hey Dale.
What?
Some say that I regret committing to the Stig intros.
Why?
Because I thought of better ones for our guest this week. I'm so sorry about this. In the rack square with it's Tim Rackles. Hi Tim.
Howdy.
And in the brew square it's John Remar. No, it's not. I'm kidding. It's Tom Brewster.
Why, hello there.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Good eve.
Good eve, sir. Good eve.
How does it feel to be on another episode of Battlebots, gentlemen?
Well, I think it's actually against the law for Tim and I not to appear in the same episode.
It certainly seems that way. Yeah.
You are a bit of a dynamic duo at this point, even when you're on different teams.
Very much so, yeah.
Well, welcome to the Shuntcast, gentlemen. We don't like to muck about here, so we're going to get straight into this week's fights. First up, we had Hydra versus Warhawk and death by explosion on Warhawk's account. I would like to ask Rob and the team how it feels to join the Kit Kat Robot Club. So if you're listening, Rob, write to us. Let us know how it feels. The viewers are dying to know, I'm sure. Tom, did you enjoy this fight?
I think it was a good fight. It just goes to show that blue tack doesn't work as well as a MIG welder. So no, it was a good fight. It was a cracking fight.
Yeah, it's a terrifying piece of equipment. It's like hydraulic flipper. It can give constant force output as opposed to pneumatics that have like a burst of force. So apart from the fact it looking like, Mermaid Man's couch, it's a pretty damn good machine.
It is quite shiny, isn't it?
Oh, it's awesome. I love it. It's a great machine. Yeah. It's obviously a little bit cumbersome, but to put that tech in there, it's just awesome.
Dale, did you enjoy this one?
I did, yeah. You could say I flipping loved it to pieces.
Hydra lived up to the hype at last, and we saw not only some very good flips, we saw it explode Warhawk, which was nice. We like that on BattleBots. Yeah. Speaking of exploded robots, we have another robot joining the Kit Kat Club, and that's Sidewinder, which kind of exploded at the hands of Scorpios. This was also very entertaining. Dale, what are your thoughts on this fight?
Yeah, I liked it. It was it reminded me of like old school Robot Wars in a way. How there's like what's the word? Like how like the house robots used to gang up on a robot and just destroy it to pieces. It's like obviously one-on-one version of it, and every now and then I just like to see that.
Did you enjoy this fight, Tim?
Yeah, it was a really good fight. Sidewinder Scorpios. It was a good matchup. Like Sidewinder's a bit wacky in its sort of appearance, and Scorpios is a well-tested machine, and a great team. So yeah, it was a good fight. I enjoyed it. It was nice.
Tom?
I think it was a really good fight. Yeah. What is that?
Tom's good with words.
People talent.
Sorry. Yeah, no, I think it just goes to show that Scorpios.
Are you okay there, Tom? I haven't even made any bad puns yet, and you've already lost control.
It's just what happens when me and Tom are together.
It's
very rarely coherent.
Tim gives Tom the giggles, ladies and gentlebots.
I like the way that they've got their bar mounted side on. I think it's a novel idea, and the idea with that being that their wedge takes the initial hit, and then they can come in and swipe from the side with their spinner. And it's a really cool idea, and a novel idea that I don't think we've seen before. And it's just a shame that it clearly had some teething issues in this fight.
However, it does remind me of like when somebody doesn't read a Lego instruction correctly and put something together. It does look like it's not meant to be like that. Yeah.
I have an idea that's also going to make Tom giggle.
Oh no.
Right, so for a long time, actually, since Robot Wars, Tim has mercilessly mocked Tom for lasting 8 seconds with Tauron.
Oh.
Which brings me on to Valkyrie versus Ragnarok.
Yes.
So, Tom, take
Yeah.
to the stage, please.
Oh, well, I mean, it was one hell of a fight, wasn't it?
It went the distance if
It
the
went-
distance
you
was
know-
next door.
It went the distance. It was a big fight, lots of destruction. What more could we want, really?
Oh, you piece of shit.
It was definitely those things if you can incorporate all those things into 4 seconds.
It was definitely more than 4 seconds. I guarantee you that.
Your
think it was
entire
literally
weapon came out.
No, it just dislodged a little bit. It's fine. It'll buff out. We'll get that in the edit. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
So, how much did you not want to riot after that fight, Tim?
I was fucked, mate. Like I was fucked. I'd already rebuilt the thing twice, like before that fight. So the weapon motor, even though it was supported, turned on its axes. When fired, even though it was like front, back, supported, and clamped down, it span. And I'd never had that happen in the previous build, and it decided to pull the whole loom through the robot. So with 24 hours to go before I fought Tom, me and Tweedy, David, and Kat had to rebuild the whole thing from the ground up, which was knackering, and that was before we even got in the arena with Tom. So before we even fought Valkyrie, we had to have 2 pretty intensive rework and rebuilds. It was a crushing defeat, to say the least. It was very painful. Like, I'm someone who's worked very hard and put a lot of it in over several robots and several continents, and a disgusting amount of my own money's gone into building all of them, and it's very frustrating. It really, really is, and it takes something out of you when it's a painful loss like that. It really does.
Dale, on a scale of 1 to John Reed, absolutely gutted. How gutted were you for Tim?
Absolutely gutted. Yeah, very unfortunate. But like I say, from Valkyrie's point of view, perfect hit. Couldn't ask for a much better hit than it. Yeah.
I think we'll put Tim out of his misery now. We'll move on to free shipping versus Yeti, and this is my kind of fight. This was a proper brawl. There's one thing I love about most of free shipping fights is that Gary Jin never gives up, even when his robot is like literally hanging on by several threads. I give Warhawk versus free shipping as an example. I mean, literally there were bits hanging on by like what looked like robot string, and this fight was just another one of those. It was just an absolute brawl with Yeti. Tim, do you love a brawl? I love this brawl.
I love a good brawl. I do love a good brawl. I find free shipping is always fun to watch, isn't it? It's just a great, fun robot to watch. It really is. It's great. Like, it's got flappy bits and some heat. It's the perfect combo, isn't it? Really.
It's fire. Tom, did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I think it was a really good fight.
Tim, if you could behave just momentarily.
I haven't. What? I have no idea. I
No
can neither
farts.
confirm nor deny.
No farts.
Anyway,
just while
okay.
Tom talks.
Okay.
No, I think it was a very good fight. I think that Yeti is a very sturdy machine. It's the kind of robot that just keeps going no matter what. You know, it's got 4 big wheels, and it's going very much with the mantra that I am a monster truck and you can't stop me, basically. So it was a really good fight. Really good 3 minutes. Really good back and forth fight.
Dale, did this fight rekindle your love of free shipping? Because you weren't impressed with the last one.
Yeah, this is what I want to see from free shipping. And when Yeti said there was no strategy, I thought I'm going to enjoy this, and I did. Everything else was covered by everyone else. Yeah, good fight.
I love the pit sort of interview bit with him where he's like, "This is my drum. This is my bigger drum." But speaking of good brawls as well, though, Gruff versus Copperhead was a pretty good brawl as well. I have to say, I love the Gruff team. We were quite near them in the pits, and those guys were hilarious. I love being near them. And is it Dave, the guy who's doing the post-fight interview? I love him. He's awesome. He's so funny. And that fight was just, it was another brawl, and I love a good brawl. Judge's decision with that, though, I'm mindful of the fact that because we're UK based, we kind of in our heads we go by Robot Wars rules, and probably by Robot Wars rules, maybe Gruff would have won it.
Cherub would have. Cherub would have won that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
on that one. Yeah.
I mean, we could, in the spirit of shunt posting, we could just ignore the judge's decision and declare Cherub the winner of this fight.
Yeah. Cherub judge's decision.
Actually, Androne 4000 wins.
Well, they didn't really beat anyone important though, did they? So Cherub.
Oh no.
Yeah, but they gave us some amazing squirting jokes though, so.
Oh dear.
Oh, it took them a few seconds to get that. Oh dear. Yeah, this was a good brawl. Did you enjoy a good brawl, Dale?
Yes. Yeah, the good fight. Like I say, it was just I would have given it to Gruff still. Yeah, good fight though.
We'll put Tom into his misery now, and I have 4 words for you, Tom. Off with his head.
Oh dear. So with Monsoon 2, one of the features that we wanted to try out was our new cluster
Vanquish option.
Yeah, turns out we don't work very well as a cluster bot. A bit awkward. So I guess you kind of want to know what happened. So for this season, when we built Monsoon 2, it was pretty overweight. In fact, it was 118 kilos, which is quite heavy. So one of the weight-saving things that we did is we replaced our steel pivot bolts with a titanium bolt with a circlip to save weight.
Oh dear.
And the circlips popped off, and that didn't go in our favor. So going forward, we replaced them with steel bolts, but for this fight, they did not stay on. So.
It kind of feels like flex tape would have helped you more in this fight.
I think a bit of Gorilla Glue might have done the trick, to be fair, or a bit of the old gaffer tape. Yeah, that might do it.
Or
but,
maybe you were missing Tim.
Maybe if only we had Tim's expert link creating skills. Or
hey, Tom, you used my link in this model of Monsoon. That is terrible.
It's actually irrelevant news.
We had it in the last one and this one, Tom.
Well.
You did. You kept that. There you go.
We kept bits of it. I mean, I don't know what you used in Ragnarok, but whatever. So
literally the same thing. That's the painful part about it. It's the same.
Well,
thing.
You shouldn't have made it out of paper mache, Tim.
Oh shit! That's where I went wrong.
What was it? That was it.
I knew I overlooked something.
I told you, Tim, time and time again. Bit of spit and paper won't cut it.
Tom, the trees. The trees.
Won't cut it anymore, Tim.
Think about the children.
Gentlemen.
Think about the children.
Gentlemen.
Just put a switch in there, Tim. It all works, right?
Thomas, Timothy. We'll put Tom out of his misery and move on to the main event. Bite Force versus Bronco. Now, the Bronco fanboys are going to be salty about this one, aren't they?
I'd say so, yeah.
It was a bit of a clinical slaughter, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Franco.
All the Bronco boys are now going to become Hydra hoes.
Yeah.
Wee. I mean, it was pretty clinical on account of Bite Force. They just Paul was just carefully driving around it, got into the sweet spots. Bye bye Bronco.
Yeah.
Tim has a lot to say about this fight.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm not that fussed in Bronco. I never have been. Apart from when it first turned up, it was pretty cool. It had some cool attachments. When it tried to fight Tombstone that time with the long extra flipper, and that was awesome. That was really great. That was the first time I saw them. And then after that, it just sort of felt like they've turned up and gone, you know who we are, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like there was a spark this year. It's meant to be this team that's quite exciting, but it just wasn't a spark. I don't know. I know everyone puts a lot of effort in, and there's probably a lot behind the scenes I haven't seen, but you know what I mean. If you're there, you really got to go for it, haven't you? Because it's a lot of effort, and you've earned your place to be there where others haven't, and they just felt a little bit casual this year. I don't know if I'm wrong on that. It's a bit casual.
I know what you mean. Yeah. I think they may have turned up a bit late as well. Yeah.
I think filming had finished when they turned up, hadn't it?
I think they may have just missed it, entirely.
Yeah.
I know, this fight was actually exactly what happened to the Berg on Battlebots. They were edited in and made to lose.
Definitely, without doubt.
Tim can vouch for this. He had to deal with the whole Berg situation.
The Berg actually won the presidency race, so yeah, we had to edit quite a lot.
All hail President
Right, we're gonna move on to some of the fun stuff now. We're gonna kick off with the awards.
Hey.
First up, we have the John Reed Good Hit of the Night Award.
Oh.
We have 3 nominations. Tim's excited for this. I hate to say it, Tim, though, you're not actually on the nominations.
Him.
Oh.
The nominations
Not,
are...
not even there for being the shittest, Tom. What an achievement, eh? Great.
You might be up for that later, but we'll see. Okay, so the nominations are The Beheading of Monsoon, Hydra Splitting Warhawk in 3, and Scorpios Disassembling Sidewinder. Dale, I'll go to you first. Who would you like to nominate?
No, I'll go for Warhawk. Or, yeah, Hydra.
Tim?
I'm going to go for Cherub.
And in second place?
In second place, I'll go for Warhawk. Hydra.
Tom?
I will go for Warhawk Hydra because, you know, we've seen spinners rip things apart all day long, but we've never quite seen a flipper do that. So
Yeah.
This is very true. And I think on that basis, I will make it a unanimous decision. So congratulations to Hydra for splitting Warhawk in 3. You get the John Reed Good Hit of the Night Award.
medal to Dale.
So we move on to the Salt Powered Robot Award. We only have 2 nominations for this one this week. We have the Gruff versus Copperhead judges' decision. And I apologise for the wording of this. The bitter disappointment of Ragnarok.
Oh.
So, Tom, who would you like to vote for?
Oh no! Tim.
Just do it. Just do it. It was awful. Just
Okay,
do it.
I'm gonna vote for Tim because he needs to feel what it's like to win.
Remember, I was there with you last year. Remember that. Remember.
Tim, who would you like to vote for?
Oh, Cherub again. I'll go for Cherub.
And in second place?
Second place. I'm going to go for Monsoon being beheaded.
Oh.
No, that's the last one.
That's not on the Salt Powered Robot.
I'm going to go simply because Battlebots even shared the screenshot of the intense pain I was feeling at the time. And possibly the biggest facepalm recorded on TV. I'm going to go for myself.
Dale, need I ask?
Well, no, I'm actually going to go for Gruff, to be honest. I'm quite salty about it.
I see. Well, there we go. Dale is very salty about Gruff. You heard it, judges. Dale is salty.
Yeah.
I have to say, as a fellow shunt poster, and a fellow Brit, Tim, I've got to go for you. I'm sorry. So, congratulations, Tim Rackers and Ragnarok. You win the Salt Powered Robot Award for episode 6.
Fantastic. This is the best. This is better than anything I've ever won. Great.
Oh dear.
Living the fucking dream.
It's actually not the first shunt posting award you've won. I think your riots have won awards before.
Boy, I won that one. Yeah.
And you won the most handsome boy last year.
Oh, he's a beautiful boy, isn't he?
He is. Okay, so on to the Shunty McShuntpost Award, which is the award for the most memeable. We have 4 nominations for this one. We have Tim, Leanne Cushing's face, Off with Tom's head, and the Kit Kat Club for exploded robots. So I'm going to come to Dale first. Who'd you like to vote for?
As hard as it is to say in front of Tim and Tom, I'm going to have to say Leanne Cushing.
Unbelievable.
We are guests.
We are guests in your presence.
Guests on your podcast.
Yes,
So
I
I say,
you both
do
anyway.
Unbelievable.
terrible. Awful.
Tom, who'd you like to vote for?
Cherub.
You fucker, you stole my line.
Tim's going to have to go for Eric at this
I'm going
rate.
to have to go for PP3D, actually.
I will vote. I will vote for the Kit Katting of Warhawk.
It's the Kit Kat Club in general for all the
Kit Kat
exploding
Club.
robots.
I will vote for the Snickers Club.
You're such a diva when you're hungry, Tom.
Oh, he definitely gets some nuts. He gets nuts
Oh.
regularly. Yeah.
Mostly from you, to be fair, though, Tim. Let's get right.
Ooh. Yes, apparently, according to this, they're salty nuts. So good luck with that one.
Okay, so we have 1 vote for Leanne Cushing's face and 1 vote for the Kit Kat Club. Tim, who are you going to vote for?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna go with me simply because the Battlebots page shared it. Me? Oh, me?
Himself, Tom.
I'm gonna vote for myself like an absolute bigot. So I'm going for myself.
You tart.
Oh,
so that leaves my casting vote.
Remember all the times I've done those stupid shit things that you've asked me to do on the spot. Remember those. Remember all the weird shit you've got me to do that you wouldn't normally have done before you make this decision.
I also have to say that in terms of memeability, BattleBots sharing your face puts you up there in terms of meme quality. So, out of loyalty to you and to memes in general, I've got to go for you, Tim, because BattleBots shared your face. So congratulations, Tim.
good job, Tim. Good job.
That's almost as good as when we won the nut.
Spoilers. Right, so onto the fun part that we apologise for in advance. It's the members' questions.
Nice.
Questions about your members.
Nobody wants to know about my member.
Oh, slow down, please. Come on.
What is happening?
Podcast.
This is CBBC, people. Calm down.
Cunts, bollocks, bastards, and conundrums.
God, cover your ears, children.
I mean, it's not far wrong, to be honest. So we're going to mix things up a little bit this week. Normally, we ask the questions, like, if we have 2 guests, we take it in turns. But we're going to mix it up this week because we have a little something special after the questions this week. So we're going to start off with Tim, if he can stop farting.
It wasn't me, that was Tom.
Not me. Stop
Control
it.
yourself. Control yourself, gentle bots. So, Tim, your first question is, would you rather face a mammoth-sized Nelly or a Nelly-sized mammoth?
Would it have to be in weight?
If it's a mammoth-sized Nelly, I'm guessing probably not.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm going for the Nelly-sized mammoth. But to be honest, at this point, the way Ragnarok's looked so far, a Tic Tac could do it. One of those.
Oh, dear.
Which 5 bots would you combine to make the ultimate house robot?
5 robots to combine to make the ultimate house robot. Is this the builders as well, or is this just the robots? Just the robots, I guess, isn't it? I'm assuming it excludes the house robots currently already in.
I mean, it doesn't specify that, so you can go with the house robots.
If you want, I think a house robot's not necessarily damage. I think it's tankiness. Like, you need something that controls a lot more than hits in it. So actually, I'm just going to go with a random bag. I'm going to go with Millian Bug. I'm going to go with Rusty from Robot Wars. You know, that fantastic flipper. I'm going to go with Crazy Coop 88 because Tyrone would just, I don't know, he's a good lad. And I'll go with Blunt Force Trauma and Voodoo 2. There you go. There's 5 robots randomly picked out, man.
That's a pretty good mix of weapons as well.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, it would just, there you go. Just some robots. There you go.
Okay, question 3. If you could be on any other BattleBots team, which team would it be?
Awkward.
I have technically already been on Monsoon, so that's already a box ticked, isn't it?
Pick someone else.
I've got to pick someone else other than Monsoon. I would really, really enjoy. I think I'd love to have been on Copperhead. Like me, Casey, and Zach, we had a great time in China. Like we all went every visit, bar one, and we were laughing to the end. Those boys are just piece of class. They're such good lads. I'd have loved to gone with those guys. That'd be cool.
When heavyweight spank.
I'm doing a beta weight spank for the upcoming world tournament or whatever it is. I don't really take it too seriously, obviously, with smaller weight classes. If anyone's ever seen a smaller weight class robot I've built, they've all been nonsense. So, featherweight spank, maybe a heavyweight spank, who knows? Maybe I'll apply with it for Battlebots next year, who knows?
Yeah, exclusive, world exclusive.
World exclusive, heavyweight spank. It's in all seriousness though, as fun as it would be, everyone who's built a heavyweight, everyone knows how much they cost, and
how stupid they are.
they are. You're trying to explain it to a person who doesn't know about fighting robots, and they look at you as if you need to be dragged away to talk to the chief in a white suit. So you'd have to invest a lot. If somebody came up with an idea to do it, I'd do it. But at the moment, it's not worth the money, really. For one laugh, for a laugh, it's a lot of money. So maybe, who knows? I'm never going to say no, but probably no.
Fair enough. And your final question is: do you prefer being a roboteer or a referee?
Do you know what? There's something I prefer than both of them, and that's trying to be a good person in the community.
Oh,
Aww, that's so wholesome. I want to vomit.
So wholesome. I mean, I like both. I like it. I've done judging recently. That was really good fun. I'm actually doing some judging coming up soon for a fairly weighty tournament this year. So I'm feeling quite excited about it. So I quite like that whole side of things. I like being on both sides. I love the chaos of a build and being in, the pits, but I also love the fact that you're allowed to tell people they've done badly. Like you're meant as a judge. That's fantastic. And as a ref, apparently, according to one person, I just barge people out of the way with my gut, but I actually do quite a bit more than just that. So, yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. I know who you are. Yeah. So that was funny.
Hey, so Tom, we're on to you next.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom. So your first question is: if you could choose any entry song for Monsoon, what would it be?
Ooh.
We discussed this. Do you remember last year? We discussed this.
Didn't we come up with Pendulum? Tempest. The Tempest. That's a good song.
I'm disappointed you haven't gone for It's Raining Men.
That would be quite a good one. I weirdly quite like the Monsters Inc. theme tune, so I might have to
Yes, I set that as my ringtone, and he has rung me 4 times in this podcast to try and make it go off. Go on, Tom. Give it a whirl. Go on.
Wait. Okay. Yeah, I feel like it'd be a good tune.
This for Monsoon. I believe you.
Oh my god, my ears. Ow.
Anyway, yes. As we were.
I regret wearing headphones for this podcast. So, on to your next question, Tom.
I'm a bit deaf now. Tom, what's your favourite robot combat show?
My favourite robot combat show? Oh, that's awkward, isn't it? So, I mean, I've done Robot Wars and Battlebots.
Battlebots?
And Battlebots as well. Oh, I don't know. I feel like it would be between, I don't know. I can't say. Okay, for heavyweights, I'd probably say Battlebots because I've just done much better. And I've had a good time.
Season 11 application has just been rejected.
Yeah. So, final answer, Clashbots.
Amazing.
I can't possibly. But in all honesty, Bugglebots, I had a really good time. And especially the season most recently filmed. Without giving away any spoilers, it was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And that was absolutely the best Beetleweight event I've been to.
Yep. Hands down.
100%.
Awesome. Okay, if you could choose a robot to raid Area 51 with, what would it be?
Okay, I feel obligated to mention the alien at this point. Maybe that's proof that I've already been, or Sarah's already been and got it.
Oh.
To be clear, this is Tom's girlfriend and teammate Sarah, not me.
Oh dear, there are many Sarahs.
Sarah.
Yeah, the alien would be a good shout. Something.
Oh dear. Anyway, next question. When Bugglebots?
Bogglebots? That's a very valid question. Bugglebots, when
It's cancelled.
It's actually been cancelled. Yeah, it's been cancelled. This is actually world news. Bugglebots has been cancelled. There will be no more Buggle or bots in any form.
It's actually now called Booglebots.
Called
Booglebots, yeah.
Booglebots. You have to boogie to see it. That's it.
Oh,
We got sued by Battlebots because the name was too similar.
Did you?
unbelievable.
That's it. Battlebots cancelled. That's it. Done. We're done.
And yeah, I mean, Battlebots has been cancelled as well. Sorry, everyone.
Unsubscribe.
All Robot Combat has been cancelled.
All robot combat.
I've been cancelled.
Tim.
Ragnarok did.
Tim Rackley or Rackers, whatever.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Okay, Tom, your final question is:
Yeah.
what robots were you most afraid of facing at Battlebots?
Most afraid of? Ooh, I don't know. You know, in all honesty, Monsoon 2 was designed to take on kind of all robot weapon types, even horizontals. It doesn't look it, you know, but those bulkheads are designed to take side impact as well. We've got like bits of plastic buffering them, and we've got some various other setups that are yet to be seen. You know, we're not really too afraid of everybody. Of course, you know, Tombstone would be terrifying, but we'd be up for it. Something like, you know, Quantum would be quite scary because we've got thin lids, and the heavier lids that we've got are only 4mm Hardox, which are good for axes, but a crusher like Quantum would be pretty scary. So, yeah.
Well, that brings us to the end of the members question, which is normally at the end of the show. But this week on Shuntposting, we had a suggestion for Tim, which we're going to indulge in. And that is Tim is going to assume the role of Dara O'Briain from Mock
Hello
the
there.
Week.
Oh,
And he's going to present a little Shuntposting Mock the Week for us. So we've chosen scenes we'd like to see as the game to play. So Tim, in the style of Dara, please introduce the topic for us to play scenes we'd like to see.
Well, yeah, I may have looked at older episodes of Mock the Week, so I've done Unlikely Things to Hear. I think I've picked the wrong one, but that's what we're going to go with, guys, because that's why I've gone. So so let's start it like we're meant to go on. So, Unlikely Things to Hear from Dara O'Briain.
Unlikely things to hear from Dara O'Briain. Tauron lasted 9 seconds.
Right, next.
Nelly's weapon worked.
Next.
I can't think of anything.
I'm gonna go with Sarah on this round. I'm gonna go with Sarah. She's the young lass knows what she's saying. So I'm going with Sarah. Oh, what a gobshite. Unlikely things to hear from Farouk.
Hi, it's Farouk, your friendly weather forecast here, and I'd just like to say, I quit Battlebots. You all suck.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, next one. Tom, want to chip in?
Hi, I'm Farouk here, and welcome to Cheltenham Garden Show. Here we have some lovely petunias and geraniums in the corner.
Petunia.
And petunias.
Dale? I'm gonna have to go with Tom on this one. Dale, you timed out, buddy.
Yeah.
You timed out.
Yeah.
Tom's this one. I'd like you things to hear from Craig Charles.
Craig Charles.
More like fucking Terry Wogan than Dara O'Briain.
Charles. Pirate Dara O'Briain mode there. Arr, Craig.
Arr, I'm Irish. Arr.
Hoity-toity potato.
Oh, I'll steal the 7 potatoes.
What was the unlikely thing again? Unlikely things for Craig Charles to say.
Yeah, to hear from Craig.
Okay, calling all countries, defend your shores. You're being invaded by Bugglebots.
Yeah. Next one.
At the end of season 10, he'd be like, feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme. We'll see you next time. And then
Tom.
Then there was no next time.
Oh no! How could you
no
make Cool Runnings into such a painful statement?
I
Oh
know.
God!
And then there was
Dale,
no next.
I can't top that. That's just wins.
I'm gonna have to go with Tom again on that one. That was like getting a pineapple up the ass. That was That was wince-worthy.
I
Right.
know. I'm
And now
losing. Bring it on.
I've saved the three most painful for last. So, unlikely things to hear from Team Monsoon.
No.
Oh.
Oh, controversial.
Oh, who's going?
Go on, it's your robot. You go first, Tom.
Oh, Tom.
Unlikely things to hear from Team Monsoon. We'd like to welcome Tim Rackers back to the team. Oh.
Next one.
This giant nut is quite heavy.
Oh.
Oh. Next one.
Oh, I just have one and now I forgot it. Oh yeah, that was it. Oh yeah. Hi, I'm Charlie Dangerfield and I'm on Team Monsoon and we actually won the giant nut, but Battlebots edited it so that it looked like we didn't win.
I'm gonna go with Tom for being so brazen. I have to say, yeah, that was well played. Well played. And just to like, as if the wound hasn't been torn open enough and pouring with salt and acid, I'm gonna go with unlikely things to hear from Team Ragnarok.
We won.
Oh. Tom.
Unlikely things to hear from Ragnarok. We on Team Ragnarok are really horrible people.
Oh.
And we're not
I've got
lovely.
another one. We'd like to welcome Tom Brewster to the team.
Hey.
Dale, this lies with you.
What was the hang on? I can't think.
Classic. We can't think. That's a good one.
I'm gonna have to go with Sarah. She put 2 in there. So
Hey. I put 2 in there. Way, misses.
jeez. And then the final one, unlikely things to hear from Team Nelly.
We won.
We're not.
I'd like to welcome Tom Brewster and Tim Rackers to the team.
Oh.
You would be honoured.
I would. I'd love you, but you'd all hate me and I'd drive you insane.
You're brilliant for memes, though.
It'd be wicked for the memes.
So our next robot is actually giraffe themed.
I mean, it couldn't do any worse.
I'm gonna go with Dale. Dale wins that one. Right, that's all I had. That's all I had.
Well, there we go. Well, that brings us to the end of Mock the Week, hosted by Tim O'Briain. And thanks for that, Tim. And that brings us to the end of the Shuntcast, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you, Tim and Tom, for being our special guests this week.
Thank you.
Do you have any parting words?
Yes, but let's not.
Tim, do you have any parting words?
Drive safe. Always wear a condom.
It's the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. It's goodbye from Dale.
Bye-bye.
It's goodbye from Tom.
Hello. Welcome to
And it's goodbye from Tim.
I'll be the Zed.
And it's goodbye from the Queen. Goodbye.